Hey guys, Matt and Preston, Nomad Church Collective. We're coming to you with our December newsletter video. And guys, we just want to start off by saying, man, what an awesome year it has been. And we were talking about today just the amazing thing that God has been showing us, the way He's been leading us, and you guys have gotten to be a part of that. And we want to finish off by just sharing with you some stuff that went on this past month, what we're looking forward to this next year, and just kind of share those things with you. So, you know, Northside, we've partnered with them the last couple of years to do what they call Serve Day. And this past season, what they did was kind of change. Instead of having just one day, they called it Serve Season, and kind of being the big give, as they call it. And so for us, what that looked like is partnering with them a couple multiple kind of outings. And so one of the things that we got to do was go out on a walk and just bring some people with us from Northside that we were able to go out in the neighborhood and pray for some people and to share the gospel. And for us, it was a really awesome time to like hear the hearts of some of our fellow believers who maybe in the past, to their own admittance, have just had a heart that was kind of hardened towards the poor and the lost, and how in this moment they were able to just share what God was doing in their lives and how God was leading them to have a heart for the poor and for the lost, and how they were able to go out with us and share just openly and boldly the gospel and some love, and to be able to meet people and just engage with them. And that was like a super awesome opportunity. Another thing that we got to do was have what we call a soup on the stoop. We told you about that before. And we had a family that came out with us, and it was an awesome time. And you know, first part of it, we were just kind of sitting out there, and we got to explain kind of the heart behind Soup on the Stoop and why we feel called to do it the way that we do. But as we got to sit out there and just share a meal and fellowship, we had people from the neighborhood who were coming out and being a part of that. And it was a really nice afternoon to just really just relax with this family, to share this meal together and to share it with people and to begin to build new relationships. We saw some people that we usually get to minister to out in the neighborhood, but we met some new people this time too. So it was a really great opportunity. And again, just to continue with, you know, we've always said the other side to our mission statement, as we feel called to make disciples of Jesus by taking the gospel to the margins. That also looks like taking believers out with us so that they can be discipled by taking the gospel to the margins. And it was a beautiful day.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about those days is when we go out, the people we get to serve and minister to are always so thankful and appreciative, not just of the resources we give, whether that's soup or some of our go bags, but they're always so thankful for the prayer, thankful that somebody's there to listen, to help them to approach God, to approach God's throne with a willing and true heart. And man, I think it's really cool for the people who go out with us to get to see that these are not faithless people, but they are broken people. You know, coming up also, we talked about it last year, we got to participate, and this next month in January, the government here does what's called the point in time count. It's this one time a year where several organizations participate together in counting how many people are actually sleeping on the streets in one point in time. And we get to participate in that, and we often take people with us. You know, if you're interested in going out with us, it's January 23rd. For our part, since we do what we like to do is go out into some of the wooded areas and other places where we know people are camping. And like we said last year, man, it's a really important time to make sure people know, like literally, that they count, that they matter, that they are humans who are a part of society and deserve to be counted as such.
Yeah, and guys, like Preston said, like please feel free to get in touch with us. And if you feel like it's not something you can come out and be a part of, please be in prayer for like as we're preparing for that and as we go out that day. Just pray for those that are out there kind of facing the elements, and pray for us as we go out, not only for like safety and discernment, but just that as we connect with people, that we really are able to share the gospel and connect with people in a real way. Another thing that we want to talk to you about at the beginning of the year is like we've had a worship night kind of like last quarter, and we're able to like just come together and just lift God's name up on high and to fellowship with each other. And it was such an encouraging night of just people coming for the sole purpose of worshiping God and lifting Him up in praise. And so we just had so many people that just really spoke to us and were encouraged by that also. And so we plan on having another worship night out at the Outpost, and we're going to get that out to you soon. I think we're talking about the 17th, the evening of the 17th, to be able to do that. And so we'll get that out into email and maybe a short little update to go out also to remind you of that.
Kind of the heart behind that is, every month we do what's called First Fruit Fridays, where instead of kind of recollecting what God has done, which is very important, we like to start each month making sure that in our own hearts we are offering to God what already belongs to Him. So we're looking at that January worship night to be a time where we can really offer the year to God. It's this gift that He's given us that we just want to give back to Him in praise and worship and prayer and seeking Him and what He desires in this next year. So with that, it's the end of the year, and what we always like to do, we send out emails and that kind of thing to this end as well. But just in our update video, if you have participated in the ministry with us in some way, whether that's coming out and walking with us, praying for us, giving financially, or giving physically through some of our go bags and other donations, we just want to, from our heart and in the deepest places, to thank you for participating in what God is doing here in the community.
And that, to his point, that has been such a vital role for us, like listening to what God is calling us to do and how to faithfully walk with Him is so important and such a vital role in what we do. And you guys being so faithful to listen to what God is calling you and speaking to you and participating in that is such an encouragement and lifts us up in so many ways. Not only us, but the way that we get to interact with our partners and the way that we get to interact with those people that we're ministering to on a daily basis and everything in between. It is such a vital role, that prayer and that support. And so we just want to say thank you to you guys. We want to say Merry Christmas to you and your family, and just so much love from our family to yours.
We love you guys. God bless.